Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is without a doubt one of the most inspiring men of history. His life and legacy touched so many people, young and old, rich and poor, men and women, black and white.
His call for equality. His demand for freedom.
And his message of love lives in the consciousness of anyone who has read his writings.
Ring in the heart of anyone who has heard him speak.
And echo in the souls of all who have heard him preach.
In life, he encouraged many people who were broken down and tried to use their faith to move mountains of racism, injustice, and inequality. In death, he has inspired us to rise out of our low statuses and to keep moving to higher heights, to keep on keeping on, and to keep moving forward.
If you can't fly, then run.
If you can't run, then walk.
If you can't walk, then crawl.
But whatever you do,
whatever you do,
You have to keep moving forward. Keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward.
It won't matter so much how we get there, but that we get there. Closer and closer to realizing the truest and highest potential of humanity. To love one another and to esteem each other with the same unconditional love.
But what do you do when you love and they don't love you back? The same thing Dr. King did. What did Dr. King do? He kept moving forward.
When Dr. King was 3 years old, his best friend was a white boy. One day when they were 6, the boy told Dr. King that they couldn't be friends anymore. When Martin asked why, his friend said it was because he was black. Dr. King experienced racism, but he did not give up.
He kept moving forward.
Dr. King was 15 years old when he got accepted into Morehouse College after skipping 2 grades. He had to study hard to do well in college being so young. But when he encountered challenges studying while pursuing his education, he did not give up.
He kept moving forward.
Dr. King was the young pastor. Some people didn't believe that he was old enough to lead a church. But people didn't believe in him because of his age. He didn't give up either.
He kept moving forward.
Dr. King became an activist shortly after he moved to Montgomery. Some people did not think he was experienced enough to mobilize the citizens. He did not give up.
He kept moving forward.
Dr. King had a big family. He was a father and a husband. When he was fighting for us, he had to be away from them a lot. They missed him and wanted to see him in their lives, but he didn't give up.
He kept moving forward.
And we must do the same. Have you ever been in a position where you experienced discrimination? Have you ever been in a situation where people didn't believe in you and you felt like giving up?
I recall experiencing racism as a grade school student. A little white boy would attempt to touch my afro, and this was utterly annoying, disrespectful, and it felt like remnants of racism. I reported the matter to the teachers and the principals, and of course, they just claimed that the little white boy was just curious about my hair. They also said that they are fascinated about my perfectly manicured afro because they had never seen such well-shaped hair.
Keep moving forward.
in middle school, I had always noticed that when the girls had done something that was
that seemed inappropriate or was disrespectful or insulting to somebody, the teachers would always just kind of let them slide by on it. They wouldn't really ever get reprimanded. But when the guys did something that was similar, and when the guys did something that was disrespectful or inappropriate, they never got to slide by. They always got reprimanded.
Continue d'avancer.
I was bullied. Not by a student, but by my teacher. Not by what I could do or what I couldn't do, but because of my skin color.
Zensi Tukakeru. I remember one time I was at my physician's office getting a routine checkup, and the doctor asked me,
"Hi, Chris. Did you eat breakfast this morning?"
"Yes, I did."
"What kind of cereal did you eat this morning?"
"I didn't eat cereal."
"But I thought you said you ate breakfast." "Oh, you must have ate Takis this morning."
This week in school, I was approached by one of my new friends, and we were talking about religion, and he asked me, "Rutherford, are you Christian?" And I said, "Yes, of course I am." And he said, "I don't believe in all that." And he used the S word.
Can you relate to any of the stories you just heard? Has anything like this happened to you before? No matter what kind of discrimination you experience, don't give up. You will make it if you keep moving forward.
What about the families who are unemployed and looking for ways to make money? What about the families who are struggling and the children inside them who have nowhere to do their homework?
Keep moving forward.
What about women who work just as hard as men and on the same jobs as men that get paid less than men?
Keep moving forward. What about the effects of segregation? Unequal schools, unequal hospitals, unequal access to healthcare and technology.
Keep moving forward. What about the children affected by joblessness and homelessness? The children who are hungry and don't have enough food to eat at home. What should they do?
Keep moving forward.
What about the people who are angry and frustrated because of police brutality and other kinds of mistreatment because of the color of one's skin?
Keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward and you will get there. At your destination, you soon will arrive.
Whether crawling or walking or flying on wings, you'll get there. Just keep hope alive.
Keep moving forward, even if you are afraid, even if you are low to the ground.
Forward ever. Backward never.
Don't let anything turn you around.
And so just as I say, we aren't going to let any dogs or water hoses turn us around. We aren't going to let any injunction turn us around. I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead, but it doesn't really matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop.
Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place.
But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to just go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land.
I might not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we, as a people, will get to the promised land.
And so I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen
seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
What would Dr. King do?
We must keep moving. We must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving.
We're broken down and tired.
You have to breathe differently. You have to speak differently, and you have to be intentional about being louder, right? You're not trying to imitate Dr. King because you cannot and really should not, but you do want to stretch the limits of your voices so that we can hear your power. These words have to be said with power, okay? Do we have a volunteer?
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
They said that racism and discrimination are still alive and well. I said racism and discrimination are alive, but definitely are unwell.
I was treated as if I was wrong. Why? Because I didn't have CP, complexion protection.
If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl.
And it feels like it's
But before we get into that, before we do any kind of performance, we have to begin with vocalizing. We have to get our instrument prepared to work at a very high level.
Keep moving, FORWARD. 4.
I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land.
And so we thank you, God, for this wonderful day, for what you've done in our midst today, Lord. Lord, you are such a wonderful, loving Father.
And so, I'm happy tonight. I'm not fearing anything. I'm not fearing any man.
all we need is hope. And for that we have each other. And for that we have each other.
And so I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing about any man.
Yes, okay, the last line is, mine eyes. Why are you not worried? Why are you not afraid? You're not afraid, Bradley, because your eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. Right? God is coming. God is coming into your life. God is coming into your situation. God is coming into our situation, and God is going to answer our prayer. That's why you're not worried, and that's why you're not afraid, because God is glorious. You see? Mine eyes have seen.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the Lord. The glory of coming of the Lord.
Okay. Now one time all together.